Right, thanks everybody for joining us again for another WKS podcast. This time I'm with Dale, who plays with a band called Papa Shango. Is that right?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, Papa Shango. Yeah,
Papa Shango. Okay, well, I suppose we better really sort of talk about the name first. Very interesting.
Yeah. The lead singer Papa Rob sort of dresses up as the wrestler Papa Shango, so that's kind of where the name comes from. Yeah, we use that as the main concept of the band, and we all sort of have our own different nicknames. And then Rob being the main persona, Papa Shango. So, yeah.
Okay, no, fair play.
Band have been going way before my time. I've only recently been in the band for 2 years, so they created the whole concept way before my time.
Okay, so what's the sort of style of music then as the band?
Best way to explain it is circus rock music.
Circus rock.
Yeah, so it was like a bit classic rock, a bit of sort of modern like Rage Against Machine kind of like hip hop / like rock kind of influences in there as well. Yeah, right. And some songs are just random genres as well because we feel like writing it at the time.
Fair play.
Yeah. So the most important thing is the whole show, not just the music with Papa Shango. So,
okay. Yeah. Okay, right. So where did it actually start for you then? And what instrument do you play?
In Papa Shango, currently I'm a guitarist now, but I originally started playing piano. Piano was my first instrument, and I started piano in I don't know how old I was, but I was in primary school, so quite young. And then as soon as I got into secondary school, I was quite lucky. My secondary school had a steel pan band, so like Caribbean drums, like steel pans.
Yeah.
So I got introduced to that, and I quite enjoyed it. And after playing with that, our steel pan teacher was a drummer as well, so I started watching drumming. I wanted to start doing it, so got into drums. It was guitar and bass were my last instruments I learned. So I'm not the strongest at it, but I've put some time and effort into it, definitely.
Brilliant.
But
brilliant.
Drums is my main, my first instrument, like the one I'm best at and proudest at. But guitar is my side project.
Okay, well, I imagine Papa Shango isn't the first band you've been involved in then?
Oh, definitely not. No. When I was in secondary school, my first band was Steel Pan Band. We would go out and play sort of gigs there, and I also drummed. There was like a youth centre thing called Rock School, which I went to, which a load of young musicians would get together. We put in bands, and then at the end of a week or end of a term, we'll play a gig in the big music venue in my hometown. So from a young age, I was playing live and performing quite quick. So from a quite young age.
Right. So you mentioned your hometown. So where are you based then?
I'm based in Harlow, Harlow, Essex. Quite a nice side. Yeah.
So is the main Papa Shango? Are you all from that sort of area?
No, Papa Shango based sort of close, but within like 30-40 minute drive away. So mainly sort of Essex, Hertfordshire area.
Okay. So who's the main sort of songwriter then in the band?
All of us. One of us will come up with a riff, or one of us will come up like a gimmick, like an idea for a song, like just like a little chorus hook, and then we'll go from there. Like if it will be like a funny chorus hook, we'll go for more like an upbeat, funny kind of riff, if that makes sense. Or if it's more of a serious but funny song, it'll be more like heavy, that kind of stuff. But yeah, we all take part in the songwriting process.
And so definitely. Do you find it an easy process as a band to write songs, or do you struggle with it sometimes? Or?
It depends on the song. If we're writing it and we all really like it, we'll get it done quite quickly. But if it's a song that is good, but we don't have our heart set on it, it might take a little bit longer to finally finish it. and have it ready to actually perform live.
So
but it's normally quite a quick process. Yeah.
Right. So what kind of venues have you been playing then? We've obviously before the lockdown.
Loads of different venues. So we'll play the pub gigs with 4 or 5 people turning up, and sometimes we've had a few headlined a few big festivals, and there's been a couple of thousand people turn up. So we play all over the spectrum. But yeah, the last couple of gigs we played were quite kind of 200, 300 capacity venues.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was quite far away. We didn't set out, but a few people turned up. But, yeah, all sorts of venues, which is quite fun.
Yeah. So what music have you got out there then now?
Currently, we have 2 albums out, I believe. They're all written and recorded before I joined the band. Manservant and I forgot the first album, but I was about 7 years old when that came out.
Wow, yeah.
On Spotify, if you just type in Papa Shango, we've got 2 full-length albums out, which if you listen to, you can kind of see what we're kind of going for as a band.
Okay, so is it just on Spotify, or you're on any other platform?
I believe we're on like Apple Music and all like sort of streaming sites. YouTube, we've got like promotion videos out on YouTube, like videos of a lot of gigs and stuff.
Right. Well, what I'll do is I'll search out a couple of videos on YouTube and tag them onto this interview. So in the section, tracks from the interview, if people want to find out, they can go from there.
Oh, perfect. That's nice.
No worries. Let's do a silly question. What's your most useless talent?
Most useless talent. I don't know. I guess that's a good question. I haven't really thought of that.
I mean, some I've heard some quite useless talents since I've been doing these interviews. I mean, some people just, I know it's one of those questions that you sort of almost on the spot with. You've got to try and think of something. You don't have to. I mean, you might not have a useless talent.
I'm not sure. Yeah, well, that's a good question. I haven't really thought of that.
Yeah, no worries. We'll ask an easier, silly question then. Do you sing in the shower?
Yeah, sometimes if I know that no one's in.
Okay, fair play. Yeah. So, as a band, then, how have you found lockdown? I mean, I know obviously there's been no live music or anything like that, but some guys I talked to said that their writing, they found that have been more productive through the lockdown. Some have said the opposite, that they just literally shut everything down. They couldn't do anything. So yourself, how's it affected the band, the lockdown?
Well, it's definitely affected us in the fact we can't perform live, but in a way it has helped us because we're not playing live. We actually have more time to think about where we actually want to take the band, figure out more of social network and stuff, like actually putting ourselves out there on Instagram, TikTok, because these days most best way to do it is social media. And we never really sat down and spoke about how we promote ourselves. A lot of people know us, but that's just through word of mouth. We want to push that a little bit more. So lockdown's definitely helped them realizing that we can different ways to promote ourselves. But we have the up and coming album, which unfortunately because lockdown we couldn't actually finish all the little parts. Most of it's recorded. It's just the little tiny parts which need to be overdubbed. A couple of more vocal tracks which need to be finished or just tweaked a little bit. I can't even a couple of guitar parts, drum parts, which need to be finished.
Would that be the plans then coming out of lockdown, is to finish that off and then get it out there?
As soon as lockdown's sort of finished or eased, that's the first thing we're doing, jumping straight in the studio
Okay. Whereabouts? Which studio do you use?
Cosmic Audio, I believe, in Epic. Very good studio. It's like in a built in a big like sort of barn farm looking area, big open fields and stuff. It's quite nice.
Lovely.
Locked in there for 8 hours. It's quite fun.
Yes, yeah, superb. How do you think that like the internet's affected music over the last sort of 5 years or so? Do you think it's had a massive impact or not?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like there's a lot of artists out now, especially in like the mainstream artists, which if it wasn't for social media, they wouldn't get I believe they wouldn't get the attention that they do have. If that make I'm I'm not the greatest fan of some mainstream artists. Some of them I don't believe they have the talent, just that kind of thing. But I definitely feel like social media, if you know how to work with it and stuff, it can definitely benefit any band or artist. It's just
Do you find, or do you think that basically the CD's dead, and it's
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's dead. If I find a band which I really really like, I will go out and find their album online. But if there's I know like an album where there's only a couple of songs on the album I like, I'll go and stream it on Spotify or YouTube, something like that. Completely, it depends. If I really like the band and I want to support them a little bit more, I'll go out and buy their album, because I know for sort of releasing, having released music before myself, actually buying physical copies helps out a little bit more than just streaming it, obviously.
Yeah, and it's also it's this thing, it's almost instant nowadays, isn't it? Whereas, I mean, for me a long time ago, I mean, obviously when I got into music, it was vinyl. And there is something still, you go and you either you look at a vinyl or a CD. It's a physical thing in your hand, and you used to admire the artwork and all that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Online there's none of that. It's just there.
Yeah, online is just for music. So I was like that with CDs. The vinyl was a little bit just for. I haven't actually owned one, but I've had friends, so I know what they are. I've listened to quite a lot of vinyls, but I've never really. I was more a CD person.
Fair play. I mean, I still collect CDs. I mean, I've got boxes.
Boxes I love it. Even the little booklet you get inside a CD in case with the lyrics, the artwork. Like that's whole different. That's not just for music. There's like the whole artwork behind the band that gives you.
So what famous musicians do you admire then?
Quite a few. I've my favourite musicians at the moment, quite more of their obscure genres, like a lot more progressive metal genres, like Tosin Abasi for Animals as Leaders. Is playing star. He's not like big, but he's very well known in his genre. And I definitely feel like he's taken guitar to a completely different level. Nowhere near I'm nowhere near that good, but I like he has a unique take to the guitar. You can definitely see that in his playing. Drummers probably on the Matt Halpin for drummer from Pro 3. He's very fluent with his drumming. Like you can see that like from a drummer's point, I've had issues with my arms and stuff a couple of times, all that sort of stuff. So seeing how he plays, making his body flow, definitely helped in my sort of playing. I noticed instead of being quite stiff, just watching him play, he's thinking in his head what he can play without using more energy than he needs.
Right.
That sort of approach to the instruments helped me and fascinated me quite a lot.
Brilliant.
And not best with names, but sort of even like Travis Barker, he definitely influenced me when I was quite young. That sort of punk sort of vibe. And I think Park, the guitarists and drummers in that, like just playing for the song, that kind of stuff.
Okay, brilliant. So as a band, right? If you can open up, you know, a gig for any band in the world, if you could be the so-called warm-up act, if you like, what do you think the band would choose? Who would you, you know, choose to do it?
If I would love to do a gig with Steel Panther.
Okay.
If you know, Steel Panther, because we kind of go towards that direction.
Right.
Steel Panther's a big whole show with Water Ego, that kind of stuff, and I feel like Papa Shango playing with Steel Panther would definitely be a night to remember.
Nice. That's
my the other members might not say that, but that would be a very good gig.
Brilliant. So have you put any feelers out there for gigs after the lockdown ends? Anything lined up?
Oh yeah, got a few gigs lined up already for June, just after June. Hopefully, when everything venues can start opening up. We've got a big home gig, Half Moon, Bishop Stortford, in August, which I can't actually remember the date, so I do apologise.
That's all right. I
said or something like that. Got a few gigs lined up over country, Milton Keynes, a couple festivals as well, that kind of thing. So, yeah.
So I'm assuming any of your dates and everything, you've got a Facebook page, I assume, or somewhere.
Yeah. Papa Shango Music, all event pages will be linked on there. Yeah.
Okay. And then you'll put your dates up there, and people can look at
them.
Yeah,
all the dates are on there. Yeah, I haven't looked at them in a couple of weeks.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get that, mate. I get that.
I've got a couple of weeks before I need to get organised again.
Yes. Yeah. So what do you think's the best bit of advice musically you've been given then?
Play for the music. Don't overplay. Yeah, that was drilled into me a lot at university. I play drums, so I play for the music. You're not better if you're a solo artist. Then do things show off. But if you're playing in a band, you don't want to. If you want to do something crazy, just make sure it fits the song. But apart from that, you want to just play for music. Don't try and be better than anyone else in the band. You're one team at the end of the day. So yeah, that's something that sticks with me.
That's good.
Every day.
Brilliant. All right. Final question, mate. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for you being here musically now?
Probably my parents and my secondary school. And rock school. They definitely helped me sort of figure out that's what I wanted to do. Gave me the opportunity to do it with my parents. They bought me the instruments. I spent a lot of money on me when I was younger. Allowed me to go out and play gigs. I was playing gigs past 10 o'clock when I was like 14, 15, which I'm pretty sure isn't really allowed, but it gave me that experience.
Yeah.
Like, if I didn't have that experience then, I might not have had that experience at a later age. So they supported me a lot. My secondary school supported me quite a lot as well. They noticed that music was one of my things. They allowed me to pursue it, helped me out, gave me free music lessons because they see that I could definitely benefit from the lessons and take it a lot further than just lessons. And I have. I think I'm definitely.
Brilliant. Dale, look, thanks so much for giving me the time in the interview. It's brilliant.
Thank you for inviting me.
yeah, and good luck once we open up and we can get back gigging again. Good luck.
No, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
No worries.
Sorry if it's not the best interview. It's my first interview I've ever done. So
that's good. That's good, mate. All right. You take care, and I'll speak to you soon.
Take care, mate.
All
Thanks
right.
very much.
Cheers.